I'm sure some of you folks know very well with Woody Woodpecker in the early 19s, but there was one character that you guys never heard of before, that being the cute little penguin who never speaks and would appear in one segment during the new Woody Woodpecker show. Yes, you've heard me, the one and only, Chilly Willy. He was known for one of the cutest penguin characters you get to see in various media, more than any other penguin characters I could think of, and secondly, he's one of my favorite childhood characters I used to love growing up. To be fair, I love him more than just Woody Woodpecker himself. However, there was something I truly discovered, and it made me feel bad inside, yet scared at the same time. 1 week ago before the incident, I showed my mom all about Chilly's misadventures throughout the new Woody Woodpecker show, that being all 30 segments he appears in. As far as I know, I've seen the show on Netflix back in 2015. I told my mother that I've seen all of his misadventures resulting either from his constant endeavors to fill his empty stomach and or find relief from the cold. I even told her that I got a cool plush toy of Chilly during my last birthday. My mom was really impressed that I got a Chilly plush toy to keep me comfortable at night, even when I'm starting to feel cold in my sleep. 1 week later, I was in my room, doing like I always do, watching various YouTube videos and posting whatever I do on my YouTube channel. 5 minutes later, I received a notification from my email account. The email that I got is from the new Woody Woodpecker show's director Kurt Anderson. Here's what he said to me. Dear biggest Woody Woodpecker fan, we decided to show you a lost episode of one of Chilly Willy's adventures that was aired in 1999. This was created by an unknown animator before he was fired on May 4, 1999. After the incident, we decided to replace the episode by repurposing one of our old episodes from 1955, that being The Legend of Rockab Point, which is one of the oldest Chilly Willy shorts Tex Avery had created. Please don't show this episode anywhere in public, because it's really disturbing for kids to watch. Sincerely, Kurt Anderson. A lost episode of Chilly Willy in the new Woody Woodpecker show from 1999? I asked myself, well, this should be interesting. Under the message was the episode's file link on Google Drive. I downloaded the file as I got curious. After downloading it, I looked at the episode's segment names in order. The first one is with Woody Woodpecker and Temper Temper. The second one after Chilly Willy's segment was called Crash Course, but the episode that was between the two segments had an unused episode title called A Chilly Birthday, featuring Chilly Willy himself. Oh boy, what an interesting title. I spoke, but I was still confused why this segment became a lost episode of the new Woody Woodpecker show. I reassured myself that it was just a normal birthday episode. After starting the video, the normal intro theme song played. There was no warning screen, however. After 30 seconds of said intro, everything in the video seems to be completely normal. So far, nothing bad happens after the entire theme song ended. Okay, I don't see anything bad happening yet, I said to myself. After the intro ended, it started with the first segment of the video with Woody Woodpecker and Temper Temper. It seems like the episode is bringing my childhood back, because I remember those scenes I used to laugh at. So far, everything seems to be completely normal, as if nothing had ever happened. After the first segment ended, holy crap, the next episode was really heartbreaking and messed up. It started with a title card saying, Chilly Willy in a Chilly Birthday. Strangely though, there was no music playing, it was nothing but just utter silence. The segment looks normal for the first 3 seconds, but after 3 seconds, a sudden jump scare of TV static came out of nowhere. 5 seconds after that happened, the episode started with the camera zooming into Chilly's igloo. It then showed a shot of Chilly Willy sleeping in his bed for 10 seconds. He then woke up, yawning, as he stretched his penguin flippers in the air. As soon as he got up, he went over to the fireplace, trying to keep his body warm and cozy, including his butt, like what he always does in his early shorts. Chilly then went over to the fridge, getting ready for his morning breakfast. While he was setting up breakfast, he looked at his calendar as it said December 21, 1999 with a sticker that resembles him holding up a birthday cake. Chilly shrugged it off as he was about to eat his breakfast. Moments later, he went over to the calendar again as he realized today is his birthday. He then imagines all of his friends, that being Smedley the hound dog, Maxie the polar bear, Sergeant Hogwash, and Major Bull, including his girlfriend Chilly Lily, all together celebrating with him as he blows out all of the candles on his birthday cake. Chilly Willy begins to cutefully dance in excitement for 5 seconds until he realizes that his house isn't fully decorated. He then snaps his flippers as he got an idea through his head. He then waited outside of his house for a delivery of party decorations that he ordered online. It took the delivery about 2 hours to arrive until he checked his mailbox. Chilly took the package out of his mailbox and went back inside. He then opened up the box and it was indeed the stuff that he ordered, including a collection of cupcakes to serve to his friends. The little penguin excitedly went around the house, decorating everything he had from the package he received. After 30 seconds, the entire house was completely filled with all of the party decorations he ordered. Chilly then went over to his desk to write an invitation letter to all of his friends for his birthday. Afterwards, he then took all of the envelopes to his mailbox, waiting for them to be delivered to his friends. Chilly then puts on his iconic hat as he walks back inside of his house, waiting for his friends to arrive. He then lights up a candle on one of his cupcakes, before sitting next to the dinner table. He then starts to hum happily while waiting for his special guests to show up. Everything seems to be going pretty well at this point, besides the fact that the title card was the only thing that scared me in the first 3 seconds of this episode. So far, the first 2 minutes of the segment was really cute from the start. However, a few minutes later, oh boy, it didn't go so well like I thought it would be. The scene then fades over to a shot of the outside of Chilly's house, where it was completely nighttime already, and this is where things begin to go very wrong. The background was entirely black, some mysterious fog came in out of nowhere and there was a big gust of wind blowing around the entirety of the igloo. It then cuts over to Chilly Willy sleeping on the table, feeling very tired, yet still waiting for his friends to show up. The lighting from the inside is very dark and it started to give me an empty feeling on the outside. Strangely enough, I could hear the sounds of a weird ambulance playing outside of the house as he was sleeping head first on the table. Okay, what is going on? I said to myself, feeling confused all of a sudden. Chilly Willy was then woken up by a certain growl coming from his adorable penguin belly, meaning that he's hungry. He tries to calm it down as he went over to the fridge. He grabbed out a kitchen knife as he starts to cut out a chunk of ice just like what we humans do when trying to cut out a loaf of bread. Chilly looks down at the chunk of ice he's been holding on to, feeling very sad. He then starts to imagine what his birthday would look like without his friends celebrating with him, only for him to face plant into his birthday cake, sobbing quietly while banging on the table. After his cloud bubble disappeared, Chilly looked down at the chunk of ice again. This time, he started to cry a realistic tear as he blinked, rather than his normal tears. This made me felt really bad for him, but not for long though. Just as he was about to take a bite from the piece he received from the fridge, a dark and sinister voice appeared out of nowhere, scaring the little penguin as he shuddered, myself included.
"Hey you, over here,"
said the mysterious voice. Chilly turned around, only to see his front door being opened by itself. He placed the chunk of ice back in the fridge, and went over to the door as he was starting to get chilly from the cold wind outside. He closed it as he went back to the table. Chilly sat down next to the table, with his candle still lit up on his cupcake. He was still waiting impatiently for everyone to arrive for his birthday. Suddenly, the same mysterious voice appeared out of nowhere. This time it said,
"Hey kid, there's something I want to tell you."
Chilly turned around again. This time in his point of view, he looked at the door again, and he saw a dark and mysterious figure that resembled him, only that he is a ghost and has dark red eyes. I started to get incredible chills down my spine as I saw the creepy dark figure standing right in front of the door. It stops showing the point of view of Chilly, as it cuts to him noticing the figure in shock.
"Come along with me, little fella. I got something to show you,"
the figure explained, as he floated over to the table.
"Follow me, and I'll show you the way."
Chilly then blows out the candle from his cupcake, and then starts to eat it whole, just to reassure his stomach from growling. He then follows the figure outside of his house, all the way to the other side of Antarctica. It was really hard for Chilly to keep up with the mysterious figure, because the weather outside was freezing cold. Not long after, he managed to catch up with it. The figure was seen standing on a small iceberg, waiting for Chili to show up.
There is a very special birthday surprise waiting for you at Alaska,
he said.
Once you get there, you'll see what happens.
Chili Willy excitedly agrees to this as he jumps onto the iceberg, wondering what the surprise is. A few hours later, after he left Antarctica, he was starting to get even more cold as the wind got even more stronger and powerful. Chili then notices another figure that looked like him emerging from the distance. Chili floated over to shore, just to say hello to it. But as soon as he got closer, it was revealed that was, oh God, a dead penguin standing up, but its head was decapitated while it was holding up a sign that said "Welcome to Alaska." As Chili continued floating down near the coast of Alaska, he was shocked to see more dead penguin bodies either on the ground or floating above the water. "What in the name of living hell is going on?" I said worriedly. Chili began to feel scared as he saw more dead penguins appearing out of nowhere. In fact, he was so scared, he started to panic. He tried to swim back to where he was before, but the iceberg he was standing on didn't move. Just then, he heard the same voice that the mysterious figure that resembled himself made earlier.
Okay, now take this thing I brought along with you,
he said.
Put this up against your head for me. After that, press the trigger to see what happens.
Chili then looked down at what appears to be a pistol gun next to his feet, which suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Chili felt like he was gonna cry because he was still afraid of the dead bodies of the penguins he just saw. I had a bad feeling about this, since guns are the most dangerous weapons in the world. The background then turns into a nightmarish red color filter, as soon as Chili held the gun to his head just like what the figure had told him to do.
Now, are you ready to see your surprise?
The mysterious figure explained.
Go on, pull the trigger for me.
Chili Willy begins to turn his head over to the viewers as he started to shed even more tears out of his eyes. At that moment, Chili started to cry emotionally for 5 seconds as he waved goodbye to the viewers. Right before he pulled the trigger to activate the weapon, the screen cuts off as it transitions to more TV static. This time it played for 10 seconds. Afterwards, the screen cuts back to Chili Willy now dead on the ground, but with the most gruesome death he ever witnessed. His brain was now shot open, and it was bleeding. "Oh, my God," I croaked. I was really scared to see Chili killing himself in the head with a gun. In fact, I was so scared, I began to vomit into my trash can, that was sitting next to my bed the whole time. After I vomited into my trash can, I resumed the video as it cuts back to Chili Willy's house. Inside of his house was Smedley, Maxie, Sergeant Hogwash, Major Bull, and Chili Lily, who arrived while Chili was gone. They all looked confused and worried at the same time.
"I wonder where that little fella went,"
said Sergeant Hogwash.
"Yeah, we don't usually celebrate his birthday without him,"
Maxie moaned. Chili Lily sighed in sadness, thinking about his boyfriend returning for his birthday.
"Don't worry, gentlemen,"
answered Major Bull.
"He'll be back once we give him a surprise."
"Well, I'm sure he's in a better place for now,"
Smedley replied, as he held up a piece of cake. It then cuts outside of the house as it pans over to the moon. 2 seconds later, the same dark mysterious figure that resembled Chili Willy appeared out of nowhere as it stared at me with his dark red pupils glowing in a creepy way.
Happy birthday, Chili Willy,
he said as he floated away into the night sky, cackling evilly. The episode then ended with the iconic iris circle transition on the moon. Holy crap, I croaked. Why would they air this kind of segment even when it doesn't involve Chili's birthday? After the Chili Willy segment ended, it played the last part of the episode, that being Crash Course. I didn't want to bother watch that episode, because the previous episode scared me. I then stopped the video, and then went on to delete the file because Kurt Anderson told me that he and the other directors don't want it to be released in public. I later told him about the horrible unreleased episode that was in between the 2 segments I saw. A minute later on, he replied and said, "Thanks for checking it out, but whoever made that segment certainly wasn't centering around Chili's birthday like I thought it would be, but it's a good thing that Sacked Animator got what he deserved." That very night, I couldn't sleep, due to the episode haunting me in my dreams. Alas, I couldn't stop thinking about Hey Mysterious, and creepy version of myself taking me to Alaska, just like what the creepy version of Chili did to his normal self. There are some animators out there who had a taste in the horror genre. It's no wonder why they had to replace this episode with the classic Chilly Willy cartoon The Legend of Rockab Point. I hope I never see another lost episode of the Chilly Willy segments from the new Woody Woodpecker show again. But I still have one more thing to say. Again, who in the world animated that segment in honor of Chilly Willy's actual birthday? Unfortunately, me and the rest of the world may never know. Do you?